Contentious board meeting in the village of Dolton drew frustrated residents demanding answers from embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard about village spending and more.
Trustees say the village is facing financial disaster and they blame the mayor for mismanagement. She says this is all just political retribution.
The August 5th Village of Dolton board meeting was an explosive two-part meeting. The first meeting was initiated and started by the trustees to discuss the budget and the mishandling of the village funds.
We can't continue to spend money when we're here today trying to make a transfer just so we can pay the bills.
We are in a financial disaster. Right now, on the agenda that she has, we are transferring money from the tip money just to make out for bills that need to be paid.
And part two was the official board meeting called by Tiffany, where she announced the firing of her top aide, Keith Freeman.
Because at the end of the day, I told you, you guys don't run the day to day, the mayor does. So, Keith Freeman, I know you watching. You no longer works for the village of Dolton. Please turn in your keys, turn in all your stuff. HR reach out to you tomorrow as relates to you're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
So today, the saga continues, and this story deserves to be written and told in this episode of Dolton Goes Broke. Welcome to Crime She Wrote. For those that have been following the chaos in the village of Dolton, then you are aware that Tiffany is never on time for board meetings. So the meeting was started by Mayor Pro Tem Jason House, who is also running for the Dolton mayor in 2025.
Thank those who are here. The time being 6:15, so it's so we the special board meeting was called for a 6:15 time slot. At the moment, I do not believe the mayor is present. So the mayor is the rightful chair for the meeting, so that she would generally be the one to begin the meeting. Stepping in as Mayor Pro Tem, I will get the meeting started. Upon the mayor's arrival, she will resume that role, so that way we stay within compliance. Having said that, we will open up this meeting. I'll ask Clerk Key for a roll call, please.
By the time Tiffany showed up fashionably late, most of the residents had already made their public comment, most of which couldn't be heard because of issues with their mics, which happens every meeting. Once she was seated, Tiffany then requested for all the residents to exit and go through the metal detectors before she would proceed with the meeting, which of course upset the residents.
As a disabled resident in this community, the fact that you would even make us get up out of our chairs after we've already sat down and got comfortable to even go back through a metal detector because you wasn't here on time to say that, oh, they should have been let in. No, you should have been here to let us in. If you wasn't here to let us in and we were let in, that's on you. You should have somebody as a backup because you're the chief, right? So why is it that all of the residents have to go back out and come back in and be humiliated for her? For her, because she's scared. What about us? What about our fears? What about our tax dollars?
And the fact that I'm watching every day while I'm hauling hazardous materials, things that people need, and watching as this village being ran into the ground by this woman is pissing me off. I'm watching as this township is being ran into the ground by this woman. I'm watching as my alma mater, South Suburban College, a college that gave me a chance to go to college and be able to get my degree, being scammed by this woman. All these things I take very personally. Very personally indeed. I love this town. I love this township. I love my school. And I will be damned if I allow anyone, particularly you, ma'am, scam destroy, running to the ground. And while you're sitting there with your thousands upon thousands of dollars, the people of this village, the people of this township, the students at South Suburban College suffer. Absolutely not. Sit here and watch as one of your trustees sexually assault a woman and still sits on the board. He might not be here today because he's tired of hearing about it, but we're not going to be tired of saying it. Andrew Holmes assaulted a woman. He belongs in jail along with you, Miss Henyard, and your wigs, because we don't know where the damn money's going. It's going to her wigs.
After public comment, the trustees proceeded with their meeting agenda. Trustee Belcher brought into discussion the Village of Dolton need to sell the fitness center in Dolton because they are officially broke and they don't have the funds to make payroll to pay the village employees.
Discussion and consideration to approve the sale of the village property located at 14900 Greenwood, Melanie Fitness Center.
I am the one that placed this on the agenda. And the reason that I placed this on the agenda after having a meeting with Kasperik's office, Lauren, who is one of the account holders of ours. Everyone know that we are strapped for cash. And the Village of Dolton has the Melanie Fitness Center that is not being occupied. We see it used for events and parties and everything else. There was a Dolton police sign placed on it, but we do not have the funds to make it a Dolton Police Department. So I am asking that we move forward to try to see if we can put this property on the market.
All right, any discussion?
I was just going to state that in the very beginning, maybe our first year here, I remember myself and Trustee Brown put on the agenda to sell it. And when we, Tammy Brown, for clarification, right? We asked that we move forward with an appraisal. So our goal for the last 3 years, as a community, we want to be able to put properties back on the tax roll and actually benefit, because the more people that pay taxes in our community, the better. So we've been asking, and the time has come so that we can try to incur some of these expenses that they have been putting on the village. So that's the goal, to try to offset the spending.
Now, what's ridiculous is the fact that Tiffany and Chief Lacey is proposing not to sell the property because they want to make it a second police station in Dolton.
As trustees, our goal is to look at finances and see how we can financially benefit. So at this moment, it's just costing us. Even that sign on it, that was about $50,000. We can't continue to spend money when we're here today trying to make a transfer just so we can pay the bills. It's unfair, it's a lack of prioritizing, and it makes no sense. Right now, we are bleeding. This village is bleeding. If these residents knew the truth, they'd hit the roof.
I just want to add on to that. Not only, it's also a liability. If no one is aware it's not actually a police station, people would actually go there thinking that it is a police station. So if I'm in a frenzy and someone is chasing me and I go there for the police station, well, guess what? It's not a police station. So that's also a great liability. In the meantime, as it's sitting there, maybe the sign should be covered as well. So you don't give people that false narrative that it's a police station, and it's not a police station. Again, the bag is empty, y'all. We've been saying that forever. It's dried out. You got to bring some type of revenue into this village. The bag is empty.
So as relates to Melanie Fitness, I still believe it should be a police station. Our goal is to turn it into that. The board see fit that they would like to sell the property. I still think the people should have a say-so on that. I know when we did put the sign up, a lot of residents was happy that the police station was closer on Sibley, and then that they can get to calls a lot faster. So my goal is still to do that. And what people not telling you is it is in a TIF district. That's where that police station sits at. And then also when they purchased the sign, Chief Lacey, what account did it come out of? Because when they tell you stuff, they don't tell you where money come from.
The sign was paid for out of asset forfeiture. We have a state and a federal. It was recently brought to one of my commander's attention that said that our asset forfeiture was dried up. Our asset forfeiture is not dried up. We still utilize our asset forfeiture, and money is still being put into asset forfeiture. That being said, that's what that money was used for that. I also learned that there is in the TIF district to where, guess what, it can be paid for. It's strategically, that would be a perfect location for it because our police station we have right now, we're pouring a lot of money into it. We need a new location. We already did the blueprints from a licensed firm to where they went in, mapped everything out. It can be shown to you if you FOIA it or if the trustees want to see it. But to let that building go other than what it should be used for, then, I think it'll be a big mistake.
Since I put it on the agenda, and I would love for the deputy chief with all these analysis that y'all did, if it's been 3 years, why is it not a police station? How much will it cost to turn it over to a police station? Then you stated that you wanted it to be a community center for a pool. You sat here several times and said it'll be free pool for the community. It's not making no money. Y'all done spent all the money and we have to sell it, whether it's in a TIF district or not, just so it can go back on the tax roll is what we need. Right now, as Trustee Norwood said, and speaking to the accounting department, we are in a financial disaster. Right now, on the agenda that she has, we are transferring money from the TIF money just to make out for bills that need to be paid. So when we go back, what's facts, what's fiction, I ain't never known a person that always got all the facts and everybody else is wrong. But at the end of the day, we have to be realistic. Realistic is there's no more money. Anything we can sell, we need to sell it. If you want to get outside, we'll sell you too. But right now,
Trustee,
right now, you don't tell me what's out of order and what's not in order. We're not doing that today.
you are out of order.
Now, Tiffany, anybody with a brain would know if you allegedly spent all the money and can't pay your bills or pay the village employees, you're going to have to start selling and even pawning some stuff to take care of the village obligations. But that's too much like right for someone that can't even manage to keep a business selling burgers, shakes, and fries. Now let's move on to the next topic of discussion, layoffs. But before we do, take a second to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get back to this debacle. Due to the fact that the village of Dolton is broke and have to rob Peter to pay Paul due to Tiffany's alleged spending, unfortunately, this has caused for the trustees to vote to lay off some of the village employees.
For the record, I already told the Board of Trustees that this is political retaliation. This is targeting, and they should not target these individuals to try to lay them off. I also told them that they will be sued for doing so, but yet they still choosing to pick these people, which they said Keith Freeman gave them. So make sure y'all add him in y'all lawsuit to target just these individuals. Normally when you do layoffs or consider layoffs, you normally go, you meet with management staff and you go line by line, or you go over things or where people can make cuts at and do things to make it make sense. Right now, people are voting with their emotions and they're not being wise as it relates to handling the business, allowing the business to handle them. So again, I am totally against this. As you know, I told them y'all do what y'all think y'all can do, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. So they're gonna vote for it, but again, these people will still be employed here in the village of Dolton. So I'm just making sure that everyone is crystal clear of that. So when it happens, you understand the why.
So the layoffs are due to financial issues that the village of Dolton has. I did mention already that managers who may have spoken up asked that we do not include their names for fear of retaliation. So there's so trying to insinuate that Freeman is the one that gave us is incorrect. This decision came about because our finance consultant, the CPA firm, let us know that we are in dire need and layoffs need to happen. This is I hate to say this because I don't want to cause a big panic, but this is a starting point because we are finally beginning to get information, because for months and months we would indicate that we don't have financials. We haven't had it for 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. So I know many people heard that. So this meeting is the first time you hear Trustee Belcher and us reference financials that we've started to get in review. And we got a lot of that information due to the investigation by former Mayor Lori Lightfoot. So that information is the reason for many of the actions taken this evening with credit card spending, as well as this beginning of some of the layoffs. It's unfortunate. There's a lot more that we have to do. So we're starting to identify the picture, and we have to identify a plan forward. And unfortunately, this is part of that plan. Thank you.
All right. And I just want to clear some up that he just stated. He stated that Keith Freeman was not the one that gave it to him. And I quote, Trustee Kiana Belcher stated that they got this list from Keith Freeman. So I wish y'all can listen to the tapes down a closed session and you will hear her say that's who gave y'all this list. So again, this is targeted. Y'all targeting individuals, and that's not right. I still believe you guys should go to the drawing board and figure it out, whatever it is. Again, the mayor had no say-so in this. They just did what they wanted to do, and you're supposed to sit here and talk about things of importance such as a layoff, because at the end of the day, this is somebody's livelihood that you guys are playing with. Y'all can point fingers, place blame, do whatever you feel you need to do, but at the end of the day, you guys still are going about it the wrong way, and you should not pick individuals because they don't follow your orders or don't listen to you or whatever y'all feel is going on. You guys should still go back to the drawing board and figure out a better way, because there's always another way to do something.
When you quote me, make sure you do it right. I stated inside of executive session, which you want to bring it up anyway, that we had a meeting with Kasperik's office, which is Lauren, and this was the advice of the accounting firm by way of email. It came from Keith Freeman. Now, what's crazy to me is that 1 minute you do the day-to-day operations, 1 minute Keith do the day-to-day operations. So it's when it fits your agenda. Also, and sitting in a 3-hour meeting with somebody that's finally giving us some financial information, you go by the people that you pay the money to say these are the recommendations that you guys need to have. Whereas if it was a hit list, she would have been the first one on the list. So I don't think it's considered a hit list. I think it's just a start of trying to move in a direction to clean some of this mess that she and him has gotten us in. I mean, if we want to say it, we're saying it. However it may be. The board of trustees don't have a credit card. The board of trustees ain't making contracts and signing off on 37%, 27% leases. The board of trustees ain't going out telling people, cut all the trees, give me an estimate. It's only $2.8 million. The board of trustees ain't doing that. So you got us into this mess, and now we're trying to salvage what we can to get out, and you sitting here talking about a hit list like we on the street.
Tiffany is blaming the trustees to be the cause of the employees losing their jobs. But the reality is, she's the only one that has access to the credit cards and bank statements because she removed Clerk Keys and the trustees from having access to the funds almost a year ago. So she can't blame anybody but herself. It has also been confirmed that Chief Lacey is amongst those on the list to be laid off. They are requesting for him to be placed on temporary administrative leave while he is being investigated on his actions of misconduct.
Board members last night voted to limit the use of the village credit cards, lay off a handful of workers, including placing the deputy police chief, Louis Lacey, on administrative leave. Several trustees accused Lacey of doing the mayor's bidding. He declined comment after the vote.
The last thing we are going to discuss about the meeting is the firing of Tiffany's right-hand man, Keith Freeman. Keith was fired from his position at Thornton Township last month, and as of August 5th, Tiffany has officially fired him from his position as the Village of Dolton administrator.
Next on the agenda, we're going straight to Keith Freeman. So, Board of Trustees, what do you want to do?
I have a question because you said he's terminated. So what? Why are we?
Oh, wait. Hold on. 'Cause y'all always say, because y'all always say that I don't come to y'all. Hold on. We're going to play the little silly game right now. So I put it on the agenda because he got terminated already. But everybody inserted themselves in the business of the mayor, right? So everybody inserted themselves. They send letters out. They let him do all this little finicky stuff, send emails out to the staff, all kinds of stuff. He knows this. They all know that because they wrote their names on it. So they kept saying, you got to bring it to the board. You got to put it on the agenda. So what I do? It's on the agenda. So that's why I asked that. So why would you ask that redundant question of talking about why I'm asking y'all? You guys asked me to put it on the agenda. It is on the agenda because we wanted your input, your opinion, right? So it's on the agenda for your input and your opinion because you kept saying that you guys have to vote on it. Is that not what y'all kept saying? Y'all say y'all got to vote on it. So here we are. So, Board of Trustees, is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman? Dun, dun, dun. There y'all go. What we doing? Is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman? What we doing? Y'all gotta huddle up. Y'all gotta huddle up real quick. We'll take a 3 seconds. Okay. What we doing?
You want to discuss? No.
What y'all want to do? Y'all have to talk about it and get it together yet? Y'all doing signals across the room. What we doing? Y'all motioning it up. What we doing? Y'all quiet. Y'all quiet as a church mouse, as I say. What's going on right now? This the person y'all can't stand, y'all don't like. This what y'all say. This what y'all say about the person. Y'all say he's never at work, he'll do his job. This what y'all say. So what we doing, guys? The motion is on the floor. What y'all gonna do? The motion is seconded. What we doing? What we doing, guys? No, nothing. Crickets. Nobody wants the motion and let go. But y'all, hold on. Look, let me just explain to residents that understand what I be talking about. Listen to this. Prior to a whole 5-10 minutes ago, they voted to lay off all these individuals, right? They voted on all these individuals, but the person that they all complain about is now up for a motion in a second to terminate. That's the person they claim. And if a person that they're talking about that they doing all these things make 100,000, what do you make? 100-something, what do you make? Why y'all didn't start at the top? Why didn't you? You started with people like William Moore, people that make $15,000 a year, people that make $15 an hour. You started with employees like that. You started with the code enforcement department that really brings revenue to our village. So make it make sense, residents. Why is everybody on mute all of a sudden? I don't hear nothing. Board of Trustees, y'all all got so much to say. What y'all got? Y'all motioning? Y'all motioning secondly? Nobody?
Yep.
Okay. So basically, for those that ain't been watching the mess or I don't want to cuss, the show in Dolton, if y'all ain't been watching that show, that y'all must have been working with him the entire time. So all y'all been exposed, huh? So everybody's been exposed. Because here it is. Y'all watch the meetings. Y'all see what goes on. I don't see nothing right now. Nobody said nothing. Y'all got nothing to say.
Imagination out this world.
So who been getting played the entire time? Looks like the mayor been getting played the entire time. That's what it looked like to me. Because I can't believe they this quiet. Y'all always got something to say. Always.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Oh, you adjourn the meeting. So your motion is not recognized, and we right here on this agenda item, and you're out of order. So basically,
it's a motion in a second on the floor.
It is not recognized if you understand the rules and how they work. So you want to get out of the jam? You that scared, huh? You that scared to talk about the firing? You guys said you didn't want the individual. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I already know what I can do. I'm talking about them because they said that I didn't put it on this agenda. And I'm gonna show you emails.
Who said that?
I'm gonna show you emails.
Who said it?
Hold on, trustee, because now you got something to say. Hold on, let me finish.
You said they said who said it?
Basically, I'm gonna show you everything that they talked about until we got to this point. Now it's on the agenda. Now they quiet. They got nothing to say.
Can you say who said put it on the
All I'm
agenda?
saying to you guys is we gotta get some understanding of what's going on. So I'm letting people, as y'all say, hoodwink, bamboozle, led astray. Y'all let people do that to y'all, right? Y'all still ain't got nothing to say.
Who said
Y'all
put it
got
on the
something to say?
agenda, Mayor?
Do y'all got something to say? I'm waiting.
Can you
Are
ask
y'all
the
gonna motion? Are y'all gonna motion? What y'all gonna do?
You said somebody said
Are
put it
y'all
on the
gonna
agenda. Who asked you to put it on the
I already
agenda?
asked you a question, so
I
you
asked
answer
you a
my stuff.
question.
You answer my stuff.
It's a motion
What
and a
you gonna
second
do?
on the floor.
What you gonna do? Y'all gonna motion to
It's
release
a motion and a
Freeman?
second on the floor.
So let me say this then. Because you guys are mute and they got nothing to say, as always, y'all been selling the residents a load of crap. I am using my authority, which I always had, but you guys intervene with it as always. Keith Freeman is fired from the Village of Dolton. He no longer works here at the Village of Dolton. I done said it. I tried to do this before, but they intervened and said, hey, you got to come across the board. Y'all, the trustees. So by them doing that,
Did you ask them to put it on the floor?
I did it.
Did you ask them to put it on there?
clear. I think everybody got it. I think everybody understands what's going on.
Okay.
And by their silence, it tells you kind of what's going on in our village. So welcome to all the games and all the drama that you see put before this board. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's a new day. There's no Freeman no more. So I appreciate you guys for coming here to do what's needed. And clerk, I just said that it was out of order, but that's what y'all do. Y'all just want to run the show. Everybody running. Nobody got nothing to say about Keith Freeman. Nobody.
Meeting
Nobody.
at 9:52 p.m.
That's a shame. That's a shame. So I'm gonna remember this because at the end of the day, I told you, you guys don't run the day today. The mayor does. So, Keith Freeman, I know you watching. You no longer works for the Village of Dolton. Please turn in your keys, turn in all your stuff. HR reach out to you tomorrow as relates to your fire.
It was reported that the trustees are refusing to vote him out now because they believe he is a whistleblower for the FBI against Tiffany. And they're wanting to avoid a possible lawsuit that the village just can't afford. I mean, he was indicted for bankruptcy fraud and is facing prison time. Of course he will snitch on Tiffany to help himself, allegedly. So it looks like Tiffany's so-called right-hand man has just went left. Let me know your thoughts on this story in the comment section below. And before you leave, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, Crime Mob, stay safe out there and always watch your surroundings. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.